First tonight, there is no doubt that in the world of food, Maine is generating a buzz that many larger states can only envy. Our restaurants, cuisine, and chefs are winning not just national but international awards and acclaim.
A new crop of Maine chefs is being cultivated, nurtured, and trained, and programs like ProStart, taught in many high schools, are making sure we maintain our culinary stature. 207's Peggy Kaiser is here to tell us about it. Hey, Peg.
How are you guys doing?
Fine.
So the ProStart program hosts an annual cooking competition which features all the drama of any Food Network style program. And for these contestants, the competition is the icing on the cake. At first glance, you might think you were witnessing seasoned, experienced chefs as the sounds and smells of chopping, whisking, and sautéing fill the air. The hushed crowd leans in and watches. But take another look. They are indeed skilled chefs, and they are all teenagers, all competing in Maine's ProStart Invitational Culinary competition. Teams of 5 from 5 Maine technical schools have traveled to Portland seeking the state championship and a chance to compete at the Nationals. At this heated competition, in the space of exactly 1 hour, they create a 3-course gourmet meal using 2 burners. Think about that. Appetizer, entree, dessert, completely from scratch, all the while being scrutinized by 12 judges, each with a specific view of the process, ranging from presentation to sanitation to food costs, knife skills, teamwork, creativity, and of course, how it all tastes.
Yep, right into the cam, bro.
The ProStart curriculum is taught in many of Maine's technical high school culinary programs. And the Maine Restaurant Association oversees the program as a way to bolster Maine's dominance in the food scene.
I am preparing a orange-infused molten chocolate cake.
Cheyenne Pesci is one of the students on the Lewiston Regional Tech Center team, known as the Green Ladle. The competition is something they work for all year. They devote countless hours in preparation to practice for the event.
A lot of our time we come in on our own time, so after school, early mornings, on weekends, holidays, stuff like that. Because in class, the program, you know, we're still learning as students, and so we don't want to take away from it.
So just like all the other teams in the state of Maine, we want this. We want it bad.
Chef Dan Karen has been leading this program for 21 years at the Green Ladle. And each year, his 60 students in the program vie for one of the 5 spots on the team.
My students go through being a host person to a wait staff, sanitation duties. We have an amazing kitchen out back. You know, the kids go through a saute station, fry cook, broil, you know, everything that you would see in a restaurant. I love this field, and I try to show the kids, you know, it's a passion. And I try to teach my kids you can create a passion. You know, passions don't always automatically come, so you can create a passion. These 5 ladies, 6 ladies have the passion for sure.
Okay, when the burners open,
yep. The students selected to compete on the team hold many practice runs in their home kitchen.
11 minutes, chef.
They create the menu for the competition, and every detail is timed out to the second. Not one bit of preparation can commence before the timer starts. They mimic exactly what they will encounter at the competition, right down to the layout of the tables, how they'll store ingredients, and who uses what burner and when.
4, 3, 2, 1.
When this practice meal is completed, Will Barrio, ProStart's curriculum director, samples the food, while the nervous, wide-eyed chefs wait for both his seal of approval and his suggestions for how to improve.
I have to tell you, I didn't find a whole lot of fault today.
Thank you, chef. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I tell you what, I'd be the first one to nail you right to a wall. They need kids that know sanitation, culinary math, human resource management, you know, how to treat each other. They need kids that can read and talk and communicate, plus have the bench skills. And that's what programs like ProStart do.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
And now, after months of preparation, it's time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start!
The team from the Green Ladle is the last to compete, which means all eyes are on them, including the close attention of the judges. Each team creates their gourmet meal in the space of 1 hour. As the seconds count down, the excitement reaches a fever pitch. And with great calm and competence, they plate and tray their finished creations.
3, 2, 1.
And march off to the secretive tasting room, where teams of judges decide who will take home the trophy. Each one of these students has a chance to get in on the ground floor of an industry in Maine that is taking the world by storm.
It's crazy. We're hot.
We are hot.
We are hot. I mean, I've traveled all over the United States doing presentations, whatever, and I can tell you what, Maine takes a back seat to nobody.
The contest is still a learning experience. The students, even while competing, get insight from some of the most experienced chefs in the state.
You know, your success is a team and your failures are a team as well.
And finally, the moment everyone has been waiting for, as head judge David Turin announces the winners.
All right, and first place, hailing from just north of Portland, the fantastic all-female team from
You guys did a great job. You're not supposed to cry now.
Oh my God!
You did great.
Thank you.
We're going places!
They certainly are going places. The fantastic Green Ladle team won the competition and will travel to the Nationals representing the state of Maine in Providence, Rhode Island in late April. Photographer Devin Crawford and I were lucky enough to stick around while they were practicing a few weeks ago and sample that food. It was phenomenal.
He was talking about it. Now this competition, this is kind of a big deal because you have those big chefs in there and they're paying attention to
It was unbelievable, every aspect, you know, that somebody was watching every move, and when the kids would do their knife cuts, they would say knife cut, and a judge would come over and check it out before they could proceed. Okay. And really they were counting down the minutes and the seconds, and it was crazy. We had so much fun. I had a blast. And we were just lucky to have followed the Green Ladle team earlier on, and then they went ahead and won it. So.
Well, we in particular, Amanda and I, appreciate seeing the new crop of rising young chefs because when it comes to food, we have great enthusiasm, but really our expertise is in consumption, not production.
Exactly.
So we need people to make great food.
You should feel very good about what's coming up the pike.
We look forward to having them in the 207 kitchen.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Great idea.
Thank you, Peg.